Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, I had a voice radio. So today, I'm going to be showing you a new Alolan Ninetales card. Now, a bunch of people have been asking for this one. There's been a few cards revealed today, but you lovely people got in touch using my Twitter at the Wassy, and you said, Ross, or a lot of you said, Wassy, we want to know all about Ninetales. And you know what? I like to think I'm the kind of guy that listens to requests. So, he's a water Pokemon. This is really good with the whole Decidueye's good, so everyone's playing Volcanion thing. You're hitting Volcanion for weakness, so the more Volcanion, the better. Now, remember that we've got the good Vulpix. I mentioned him before. He's got a free attack. You don't need to attach any energy. And you get to search your deck for any 2 water Pokemon. It's not amazing, but as a free attack on the Pokemon from whom you evolve, I've seen an awful lot worse. Now, the retreat cost of 1 is actually really quite nice, and the weakness to metal is as good as it gets, because unless people really start playing Sizzle, then it's not really going to be any problem. Although, as a side note, Alolan Vulpix, I did put this on the screen. It is any Pokemon you can search for, not just water Pokemon. Now, the attack here is actually pretty nice. 80 damage, free energy flat. Now, the free energy is a bit of a pain, but you can use double colorless energy. And let's not forget about Aqua Patch. I did a video about that recently, link in the description, which allows you to attach a water energy from your discard to one of your benched water Pokemon. So we've got options here for getting the energy. And if you put a choice band on there, which allows you to do an extra 30 damage to your EX or GX opponent's Pokemon, then you're hitting for 110. Which is really nice, because that doubles to 220 with weakness, which is the exact number you need to hit in order to get rid of a Volcanion with a Fighting Fury belt. So this is really important. But none of that is a headline for Alolan Ninetales here. It's the ability. Prevent all effects of attacks, including damage, done to this Pokemon by your opponent's Pokemon EX and Pokemon GX. He has immunity from EX and GX attacks, kind of like we've seen with Safeguard Pokemon in the past, except this is for EX and GX. Now, first of all, kudos to Pokemon here. They could have just said GX, but like we've seen with cards like Choice Band, they know that we've got EX and GX Pokemon in the format. They are allowing for this. This is wonderful. Makes sense. And EXs and GXs really dominate the format at the moment. Volcanion, Mewtwo, Decidueye, Umbreon, Yveltal, Darkrai. I could keep going, but I'm going to run out of space on the page. And by page, I of course mean screen, because this is a video, not a book. To be fair, it's only really a few niche decks like Persimmon, like Vespiquen, that aren't playing GXs or EXs. Now, we've always got to say this could change at any moment. We could move into a format where EXs and GXs aren't played, in which Alolan Ninetales has just got a fairly expensive attack, but this is the way it is. Now, the good news is that being a Stage 1 means Alolan Ninetales' ability will not be turned off by Alolan Muck or Silent Lab, but it will be turned off by Garbodor and, crucially, Hex Maniac. And here's the problem with Alolan Ninetales. It just takes one Hex Maniac to undo all of your hard work. At the end of the day, we're talking a Stage 1 with free energy attached. If your opponent just plays a Hex Maniac and takes a KO, then you've lost all of that investment that you put into Alolan Ninetales. Now, not every deck plays Hex Maniac, although the majority do. And even when they do play Hex Maniac, they've got to find the Hex Maniac. It's all very well and good your opponent's sitting down going, I've got a Hex Maniac, I'll be fine. Well, they're only playing most decks 1. So that means that in 1 out of 10 games, they're going to have it prized. And even where it's not prized, it might be one of the last couple cards in their deck. They might not find it. Now, when they find it, they can reuse it with Versus Seeker, but they might not. And that's the key here, ladies and gentlemen. This is what is going to determine whether Ninetales is good or not. If you can keep the ability on, it's amazing. But if you can't keep the ability on, then it's just a Stage 1 Pokemon that's doing 80 for free energy. Now, if we ever end up in a format where Hex Maniac and Garbodor are gone, but Alolan Ninetales remains, it's just a 5 Wossie card, without any hesitation whatsoever. But with the format we've got at the moment, there's a lot of Garbodor, there's even more Hex Maniac. I'm going to give Alolan Ninetales 3 Wossies. I think of it like Araquanid. Araquanid will destroy fire decks as long as they don't turn off your ability. Well, Alolan Ninetales will destroy EX and GX decks as long as they don't turn off your ability. And here's the thing, even if they don't turn off your ability, all they need is one non-GX or EX attacker, which is easy to put into pretty much any deck. Mega Mewtwo decks, well, they just go and put in a Evolutions Mewtwo, or even a Mew from Fates Collide. Maybe Volcanion decks, alright, they've got the weakness to contend with, but they've also got non-EX Volcanion. And non-EX Volcanion with a Fighting Fury bout hits 110, which is how much you need to KO Alolan Ninetales. It looks amazing at first glance, and there is a lot to love about it. But honestly, I just think it's never going to have the impact we want it to. As a side note, this is not coming out in Guardians Rising. This is coming out in the Sun and Moon 2 Strengthening Expansion Pack. Now, you know the deal, ladies and gentlemen. There is a comment section. Go nuts. Be nice. There are buttons to both like this video and subscribe to this channel. Use them both. I'll be delighted. You can follow me on Twitter @TheWossie. And the most important thing, as always, is to look after yourselves until next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.